Well, the boys around here don't listen to the Beatles run. Old Bo Cephas threw a jukebox needle at the honky-tonk where they boot stomp all night. What? Yeah, and what they call work a digging in the dirt. Gotta get it in the ground before the rain come down to get paid, to get the girl in your four-wheel drive. Yeah, the boys round here drinking that ice-cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Chew tobacco, chew tobacco, chew tobacco spit. Oh, heck. Well, the boys around here, they're keeping it country. Ain't a damn one know how to do the Dougie. No, I'm not in Kentucky, but these girls around here, yep, they still love me. Yeah, the girls around here, they all deserve a whistle. Shaking that sugar sweet as Dixie Crystal. They like that yawling southern drawl and just can't help it 'cause they just keep falling for the boys around here, drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys around here sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Chew tobacco, chew tobacco, chew tobacco spit.
Let's ride through the countryside. Let's ride down to the hillside.
Hey now girl, hop inside. Me and you gonna take a little ride to the river. Let's ride. Let's ride. Lay a blanket on the ground. Kissing in the crickets is the only sound. We out of town. Have you ever got down with a do you wanna get down with a Girl, you gotta get down with the boys round here, drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here, sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Chew tobacco, chew tobacco, chew tobacco. I'm one of them boys round here, drinking that ice cold beer, talking about girls, talking about trucks, running them red dirt roads out, kicking up dust. The boys round here, sending up a prayer to the man upstairs. Backwoods legit, don't take no lip. Chew tobacco, chew tobacco, chew tobacco spit.
Welcome to the WINGIT call, November 4th, 2016, 4 days from big changes. Take a knee, please. I don't know where to start. Lord, please hear this prayer on behalf of everyone that's listening. I ask for your guidance for all of us. We know what you're doing. Well, at least we have an idea of what you're doing. Please give us the wisdom, the patience, and most importantly, the guidance to deal with what's coming down. We know that this is a big battle between good and evil, and we desperately need your guidance. We are your children, and we request that, and I ask this in Jesus Christ's name, amen. Disclaimer, we're not attorneys, financial advisors, CPAs. This is a call that's our opinion. Nothing is to be taken as any form of legal advice on this call. And for the rest of the disclaimer, please go to thewingitcall.com. There's a disclaimer tab. Click on that, and then you'll get the rest of the disclaimer. Hello, everybody. My. Hasn't there been a lot of new indictments, information, deal making? Nobody is perfect, nor do they walk on water, but OMG. I better stop there. Art Master, come on down.
Good afternoon, Jerry. Good afternoon, all currency holders in currency land. I want to start out by saying I've got an email of a person that many of you know, Johnny Ransdell. Been with us a long time, in this thing a long time. His wife, Deborah, sent an email saying we're asking for prayers. We found out yesterday Johnny has a large mass on his lung. Was told it's cancer and can't be removed because of its location, but we don't and won't believe it until the biopsy has been taken. He has a PET scan Tuesday and meeting with biopsy doc Thursday. Prayers are requested. We are going to beat this. We demand that Jesus take this disease out of his body now. Johnny's a smoker. I'm sure that got a little bit to do with it, but too bad to hear that. Johnny's a good guy. So anyway, y'all be praying, please, for Johnny Ransdell. It's pretty quiet today, actually. A lot of, well, not quiet because there's a lot of stuff going on, like you said, behind the scenes. But as far as what we're looking for, last night, I guess Gassar supposedly, or Gassar was released by the UN supposedly, and Yosef has 20 points out that it covers, so you all going to want to go read that maybe from Dinar Chronicles, where everything, pardon me, seems to wind up. Just called 20 Answers, Gassar Update. A lot of stuff come out today, and just read you one paragraph of a couple different things. The Second American Revolution is happening now, according to a series of breaking YouTube videos by former longtime highly decorated member of the U.S. intelligence community, Dr. Steve Peziezinek or something like that. I watched the video, and he had a very good video. You might want to go pull that up off of YouTube. Also, Dr. Mario Murillo put something out this morning, says in the next few hours, you're going to hear some truly terrifying things about our government. Today you will find out things you were never supposed to know. An avalanche of facts will confirm some of our worst fears and God's great mercy. It's also out there on the video. And it says here, this is from Admirals Releasing. This came out last night. Said, I'm certain you will want to confirm this every which way possible, but I received word directly from the Admirals Group that they released all transactions last night. I have had confirmation of 3 from my own team who have received and can use the money. So some things are happening. Somebody's out there exchanging, I guess, and we're just waiting for those elusive 800 numbers. And I know last night I think Bruce kind of thought they'd be out, but just wasn't too sure and just hanging in there until they come out. Christine Lagarde is supposed to announce, I think, the GCRV from wherever she may be at. I understand she was in meetings in London yesterday, and they concluded last evening, I was told. So between Ban Ki-moon and Lagarde, everything is supposed to be announced that we're looking for. It's just a matter of when will we see those cotton-picking 800 numbers. And nothing else out there today. It's pretty quiet, so that's about it, Jerry. All this other mess that we're involved in, I hope they resolve it all before Tuesday. I think they will, based upon everything we're seeing. It's a shame that this country and the government has to be the way it is. I mean, it's just, if they're bad people, got to do it, though. Got to get rid of them. Got to get the new government in and get things taken care of. So there's supposed to be all kind of announcements today about this stuff, and I haven't heard any in particular. I mean, you look on news, everything's plugging along, and Hillary and Donald are doing their thing, and you wouldn't think anything is wrong. So I don't know how they're going to break it out or when, but I sure hope they do it pretty quick and get us all on the right track and get our doggone numbers in. Let us start helping lots and lots of folks and doing what we need to do. So that's my piece for today, and I'll turn it back over to you.
Thanks, Art. If you'll mute yourself out.
Alrighty.
So, kind of going a new direction here. I've said my piece about Yosef, Dizzy Bear, Bruce, pretty much everybody. You know my stance on it, where I stand. It's like beating a dead horse. if you have any questions, you go back and listen to some of the calls that I've done. Wingman and I are on the same page on this. There really isn't nothing new out there. There's a lot. If you go back and look at some of the stuff, last year the same thing, this year the same thing, but there is a difference. You can feel it in the air. It's out there. It's that great big battle that I talked about. And I'm a firm believer that we're on the right side of this, and the right people with the right intentions are working on our behalf. We may not see it. It's like an iceberg. 90% of it's below the water. You know, duck looks calm on the surface, underneath paddling like hell. And maybe that's where we're trying to paddle ourselves away from. So we could turn this into a political call with everything that's going on. That's not what we're here for. Iko and I have decided that we're going to start talking about post-RV. We did it once before, but we're going to hit a few highlights here. And one of the things that we're going to start with, Iko has a little story that he's going to relate to you that is true about protecting your assets along with your derriere. It's a very, very important. Please listen closely, because this is real life that's going on right now. And if you actually had, well, anyway, Iko, go ahead. I'm not going to ruin it.
Yeah, Rick, I'm just getting out of the post office here, so give me 2 minutes. I'll get right back to you.
Okay. Well, I'll go a little farther here. This is a just happened. It's a real life story that's going down right now. It's not pretty, but if he had his everything in a trust or some a trust, because I don't think an LLC or anything else would protect what's going down. I don't want to ruin what Iko has to say, because it's somebody he knows. So that's the direction we're going today, is talking about post RV.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, the floor is yours.
Okay, so guys, this is a real good example of what we're going to be running into and why we have to pay attention to asset protection and trust funds and all this legal mumbo jumbo that's part of being wealthy. Very dear friend of mine, a real stand-up guy, well respected, the whole 9 yards. Never heard a fly, etc. He was driving home from work, going down a divided highway, 9 o'clock at night, and some drunk woman.
Wingman, you're cutting in and out there. Matter of fact, he disappeared. I'm thinking he's probably getting in his car and it's swapping over. Is that what's going on, Wingman?
Sorry, missed it. Sorry, guys. I'll start over.
Okay, you're gonna have to speak up a little bit, because when it kicked in your car, it kind of lowered your volume, and I want everybody to hear this.
Okay. Bear with me 1 second. The volume on the phone's up. Going here. Sorry for these technical delays. How's that? Is that any better?
Seems to be.
Okay. So, dear old friend of mine, regular straight shooter, well respected in the community, never hurt a fly, pays his taxes, goes to church, the whole bit. Somebody who bad things should not happen to. Okay. Last week he's going home around 9 o'clock after work. He owns a small business. He was stayed in his office a couple hours to do some paperwork, had a couple of beers. He's driving down a highway, a divided highway, and some drunk woman runs out of a bar and runs across the highway and jumps the divider and slams right into the side of his van. He had no time to react. What?
Wasn't
Did you hear me
she
okay?
wearing all black? Yeah, wasn't she wearing
Oh,
all
yeah.
black?
Oh, yeah, she was wearing all black to boot. Okay. And slams into his van. The mirror pushes her down. Actually, the whole side of the van, I guess, pushed her down. He swerved and locked up his brakes. He figured he was doing about 40 miles an hour when she actually struck the side of the van. So she goes down, hits her head on the pavement, and is still in a coma. Okay. The cops get there. Now every cop in town knows him because what he runs is a car repair business. And but as a matter of course, they got to ask. They said, "Were you drinking?" And he said, "Well, I had a beer at the shop when I was doing my paperwork." He said, "We got to give you a breathalyzer." So his alcohol level in Jersey, I think it's .07, and he was at .08. So just a fraction. And they got to put him in handcuffs. They got to arrest him. They got to charge him with whatever they charge him with. But the bottom line is, he's in a world of hurt. Now, it's bad enough that he's got all this to go through. But if you can imagine, if he was a currency holder and he had exchanged his currency and he did not have a trust, he is open season for every lawyer from the victim's third cousin all the way up to the insurance company. I mean, you just name it, and he is an open bank account for all those folks if he didn't have any asset protection. And as of that moment, he didn't. So right now, his business is at risk. His home, everything. He's going to be taken care of, but that's the kind of thing that happens. Life comes at us clear out of the blue, and there's nothing we can do about it. There's no right or wrong of it. It just, life happens. This is why, just one thing, post-RV, we all need to have trust. We don't have to have a master's trust. We just have to have a legitimate trust. The other example around this is we all know the story about O.J. Simpson. Man was guilty as guilty could be. He didn't get convicted of a criminal offense, but the Goldman family did win the civil case against him, and they were awarded millions of dollars, and they have not got one penny, not one penny, because he had a mature, well thought out trust, and he owned nothing. So doesn't matter, what side of the fence you're on here. It doesn't matter if you're right, wrong, indifferent. What matters is that you have serious asset protection the moment you get this money. You cannot drag your feet on that. And that's just one example of things we have to pay attention to now, going down the road. The other one, which I know a lot of people have resistance to, is security. And unfortunately, depending on where you live, depending on who your friends have been and who your circles have been or who they're going to be, we now have a security problem. That's just the way it's going to be. Or you can hide under a rock, not spend any of your money. Want to do that? Fine, you won't have a security problem. But how many of us are going to do that? How many of us, you got to get real, aren't going to go out and get a new car and get a new home and pay off all our bills, maybe pick up a couple of toys, maybe help out some of the family members? The word's going to get out, and you will become a potential crime target. And you may walk through life and never have a problem, but some of us are going to have problems. That's all there is to it. The odds are stacked against us. There are too many criminal elements out there looking to take our money. they're out to rip somebody off. That's what's out there. There's a lot of clever folks out there. So again, personal security, another thing we all got to look at. Then there's the family dynamic, and I know a little bit about this from personal experience. Not crazy stuff, but when you have money, people change. People you thought you knew, people change. Things they never felt comfortable talking to you about, now they feel comfortable talking to you about. You know, the business needs a little help. Maybe they're behind on their mortgage. You know, these are all legitimate things. It's not like anybody's being a bad person, but suddenly you are somebody that can help. And whether you help or don't help will redefine your relationship. This is something else that we all have to be prepared for. There's a lot out there that is going to change us. It just is. And I know we've all been focused on, you know, who's who in America and when this thing's going to happen and how much we're going to get for it, who's been lying to us, who's been telling the truth and all that. And guys, that's nothing. That's nothing compared to what we're going to have to start dealing with as wealthy people. And it's not like we walked in, not like it took us years to amass our wealth. This is overnight wealth. And this is a lot bigger for many of us than even a lottery win. A lottery win is like a drop in the bucket compared to what some people are going to walk away from. It's going to be a real learning curve, and it's not going to be easy. It's not always going to be fun. And I just want everybody to walk into this with their eyes wide open, because our lives are about to change. I tell you that, I mean it. Our lives are really about to change.
With a push of a button.
Yep.
Uh-oh, feedback in there on your end.
Okay, I'll mute here.
Or go to your headset.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me see if I can do that without crashing.
Okay. Mute your phone.
Okay, on the headset, and I'll mute as well.
One other thing to consider, passport. If you don't have it, that needs to be on your priority list. Get a passport. Going to pay big dividends. And from what I've been told, somebody that didn't have their passport, if you've got your birth certificate, you filled out the paperwork, there are legitimate firms online that can expedite it and get you one in a week. Cost you about $500. Well worth it. I've had mine for a while, so I'm good there. What else? We addressed security. You know, last call I addressed, the lottery winner syndrome. There's some people, and they factored this in there, about people spending money left and right, and a lot of money to help pump it into the economy, and they're going to be broke in 3 to 5 years. So we're going to be good stewards and get ours to last a little longer. But most importantly, as long as there is goodness in your heart, then you know you're going to do the right thing. And there's going to be people out there. Nobody's immune of catching everybody that's going to try to take advantage of you. What you can do is limit it with good judgment. It's going to happen. What else? That. If you're going to travel, you can take a couple of, if you're going to be an ultra net worth person, you can afford to take people with you. Look into, there are security firms out there. They're all over. You can go to New York, LA, Chicago. I mean, all major cities are going to have people that provide that, but very few, I think, in my opinion, are actually going to be set up to do overseas security. There's a different dynamics to it, and they might coordinate with people over there. Just protect yourself. I mean, you want to try to fly underneath the radar, but you don't want to go security free because that'll put you at risk too. So it's a trade-off. Wingman, anything else before we open it up to the callers here?
Yeah, one other trap that I'm aware of that I know people are going to run into is you also got to remember that people change. It's just human nature. And somebody who's totally trustworthy at the beginning of this thing, 5 years down the road, stuff happens in their life. They look at the lifestyle you're leading, and they start to get a little jealous. I mean, it happens. One of the things that I am going to do is every year I will have an independent forensic audit of my entire estate. And everybody's going to know it up front, so nobody can be insulted. And quite frankly, people who are used to dealing with people with substantial wealth, this is a common practice. Anybody that's working for you, any professional, should not be in any way insulted that you have a forensic audit prepared every year. In fact, if they're any good at what they do, they expect it and support it. It keeps everybody honest. And, temptation, we all know, temptation is a tough thing sometimes. So if you hire a professional and they make a fuss about being audited, guess what? They're not the right person. That's all there is to it. Business is business. No matter how friendly you are, no matter how much you grow to be friends with the professionals that are advising you. We always see in the movies, the family attorney, has been handling the family for, I don't know, whatever, 50 years, Well, he gets to be audited as well. And that's just all there is to it. You gotta think along these lines. Don't be afraid to stand up for your property, stand up for what you got, and protect it. Because stuff changes, people change. Mm-hmm. It's human nature. So
absolutely.
That's the only other thing I wanted to add to it.
Okay, and I want to say this, and I'm trying to be calm about it. I'm trying to stay off my soapbox. Under no circumstances do you hire any family member to do anything for you. That creates issues. And if the wife wants to be involved, absolutely not. Get her a trust, set her up with it, put some money in it, but you keep it separate. No family members whatsoever. I'm talking about even a distant relative. Absolutely not. Creates problems. What is it? Just say no. Smile and say, let me look into it. Or if you feel confident, you look at them dead in the eye and say, no, it's going to create issues. And we don't want to create issues in here now, do we? I've been practicing that. Somebody at my household doesn't like the word no. I'm referred to, when I say the word no, it's immediately followed with the A word. You just excel in being a a-hole. Well, yes, that's my job. Financing. So let us go to our first caller. We've beat that enough. Oh, my. I know this number. Middletown.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hello.
Oh, by the way, star 2 to raise your hand if you want to ask a question. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, how are you guys today? I have a question for Iko, one that hasn't been asked in a few weeks, and I was thinking of it Tuesday, but I didn't have my hand raised. The markets, that's the other side of the equation besides the intel, is there was all the talk of Deutsche Bank, and it seems like they got propped up a little bit, and then there was talk about the shipping crisis and talk about liquidity in the system wasn't there, and the bond markets going negative, and I just was wondering what, I guess, Jerry, you could answer the question too, but specifically I was wondering what Iko, what his thoughts were on the whole situation with the markets and the system crashing.
One word: manipulated.
Yeah.
Even Dizzy Bear will say that everything that indicated it should have done its due has failed to produce any results because it is so highly manipulated. So I had a friend of mine watch the markets last night. The Nike at one point. Ooh, Iko, bad background noise there.
How about now?
Much better.
Okay.
Watch the markets last night. The Nike index at one point was up 600, and before you could bat an eyeball or just refresh the screen, dropped to 200. Now that's a 400-point swing, and this is in the middle of the night watching all this. It just doesn't make sense. And that's just the Nike, and then the overnights. You can't. Nothing that we're watching is bringing to bear any semblance of this is going to make it. Hold on. There we go. I cancel him out. Doesn't make any sense at all. So if you try to look at that and do some deductive reasoning, it's going to leave you high and dry. So Middletown, I'm going to unmute you again. All right, go ahead.
Okay. So
yeah, I was watching the markets. Like, the FTSE at one point was down almost 4% last night. And all the markets have been going down steadily this week because of the election turmoil, and the uncertainty of what the U.S. decision is going to be. But as far as all of those things, the shipping thing was a real-time negotiation with all of the people who lease ships around the world to essentially agree as to how things were going to go forward. And they proved their power by just, sorry, you can't lease our boats. Nothing's going to move because there aren't any ships available until we work this out. And as soon as it was worked out, boom, thousands of ships moving again. But that took a few months to negotiate. And I think we've all come to realize, even folks who thought they had the markets down, the market behavior down, and understood the manipulation, they also got a new lesson in just how much manipulation was and is going on. That surprised everybody too, because we thought, and again, the bond market, same thing. The bond market has propped itself up, but it's all paper. It's still, all the negative yields are still out there. It's not healthy, but for whatever reason, nobody wants to report it. They're all afraid. I think a lot of the financial news agencies are seriously worried about whether they're going to be in existence in another few months. What if they start reporting that the markets are that manipulated and that there's that much control going on? What job do they have? Who's going to listen to them? Who's going to listen to their financial manager? It's that serious, and it's that what's the word I want to use? It's so ingrained now in the system, the dishonesty and the deceit and the phoniness of the fiat system. It's so ingrained that it really is a house of cards, and nobody wants to call it, because if you call it, it'll collapse. So all those things that we were looking at before, they were real and they mattered, but what they taught us was that what really matters, what truly matters, is to get out of the fiat dollar and get into the asset-backed dollar. That is the only cure for what is going down. Finally, the Paris Accord was the first coming together of the GCR nations, of the 208 nations, in a unified statement about a particular subject. But they could not have been unified and could not have had common ground and agreement without the GCR being generally accepted as a fact of life that was coming down the road. So that's the key to all this thing.
Did I help answer your question?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the asset-backed currency that is the savior out there. That's the thing. That's the big difference now.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
One other question, and it's more in line of what you're talking about today. I have heard, as far as diversification, that the Hong Kong banking system is the safest banking system in the world. What are your guys' thoughts on diversification in that sort of area? In other words,
yes,
banking, putting
I
some money.
concur.
Go ahead.
I concur.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I really enjoy listening to you guys, and I especially appreciate bringing the dinar land, or the currency land, if you would rather call it that, back down to earth from some of the hopium. I very much appreciate that. Thanks.
You're welcome. And I must say, I read a little thing on Dinar Chronicles, and I got to say, I've got a reply for JT. Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. But listen, Wingman is like a redneck with a New York attitude, and God bless Wingman for that. So JT, awesome, you're spot on. Thank you. Oh my goodness, West Point, come on down.
Hey, hug a redneck today.
Howdy.
Howdy, partner. I just had a question. I know Iko recently just spoke about the Paris Accord. Is there any confirmation? I've been hearing rumors about there was an announcement today that everything has set to go, even though the date was supposed to be, I believe, next week sometime. Did anyone hear any confirmation that there was an announcement made today?
Yeah, I saw something on that today as well, which confused me.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of confused me as well.
Yeah, I think it's, it's like with all these things, there are white hats and black hats involved, and depending on where your filters, your news filter is being supported, you get different takes on things like this. But the good news is that the Paris Agreement is, that's not open to interpretation. It is what it is. You can print it out and you can read it, and enough sides have said yes, it's ratified, and yes, it's going it's actually in place. And the first concrete move coming out of the accord is, I think it's timed with the UN. What's that, Jerry? What's that term for the UN cycle on the 15th? What are they calling it?
Update.
Yeah, right. The rate up, the currency updates. Again, just remember, it's this giant thing that's happening with 208 nations. So,
but
it's
now I
not
want to
done.
say this: if you
What?
print out the Paris Agreement, you're not going to find anything in it about asset-backed currency. They have not released that portion to the public yet. It might be 6-8 months. I've had a discussion about this. The UN does a lot of things in secret. Hell, there was some stuff going on with Iran. They had made some agreements. They took a year before they released that. So,
Right.
All right, West Point.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Bye. Gary, Indiana, 219.
Hello, Jerry.
Howdy.
I have a question concerning protection. This is concerning how do wealthy people keep themselves off of social media? Short of collecting cell phones at the door when you have visitors.
That's a great idea. I like that idea. I would say, people, if you are rubbing elbows with like-minded people, I'm betting that they'll probably want to respect your privacy as much as they want you to respect theirs.
I have a second question to that also concerning that. I was told that there are some areas of the country where Google is not allowed to go down the streets to take street views, and I was wondering how would you go about getting your home deleted from Google Earth if it appears?
I don't know, but I can suggest this. Once you have hired your people, one of them is cybersecurity, and that's a question that I'm going to address with mine like yesterday.
Okay.
You have the money, you'll be able to hire people to do things like that. And I'm sure they'll have ideas that you haven't even thought about, because we as older individuals are way behind the curve of things that can be done.
Yeah. I noticed some people put their entire lives on Facebook and, probably other social media sites, and I don't think that's a good idea to advertise when you're on a vacation or where you're going to eat,
Exactly.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Yeah, just to speak to that for a minute. A particular area that I've been looking at real estate in, what I've noticed is, they have them like Free Zillow, for example. They have the map view, and you can get a satellite image view. And since I'm really familiar with that area, I know a lot of these properties from having seen them. The photos that they show, the satellite photos that they show you, some of them are current. Some of them are years old, and I mean, like, one example I've got, the buildings on the property, the way it was set up, that satellite image has to be 6 years old. Whereas another property that I was looking at right down the road, I mean, literally a quarter mile away, it's a brand new building, and the photo is of the brand new building and the new drive, and the new infrastructure, et cetera. So for all I know, maybe you can have your attorney call Google and say, hey, this is I don't want this showing on Google Maps or showing on Zillow Real Estate or anything like that. And the fact of the matter is, if you can pay for it and it's not totally illegal, you can get it done. You just got to hire somebody who knows what to do.
As long as you got money, anything is possible. So here we go. Ladue 314. Come on down. Ladue 314. Show me the money. Yeah. Yep. Boston, 617. Come on down.
Hi, Jerry. How are you?
Good. How are you? By the way, star 2 to raise your hand to ask a question. Go ahead, Boston.
I wanted to know if Hong Kong is a good place to put money. Now, would the trust do that? The people that are, get wired there?
Say that again.
Somebody mentioned.
You need to take me off a speaker because it's hard to understand you. Take me off Bluetooth and.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Is that better? Okay, good.
Yes.
Somebody mentioned putting some money in Hong Kong bank that is safe there. So would the trust do that? People that
Yes.
I hire.
The trust, you're the trust. You would do that. You're still a little. You got some background noise, so you didn't take me off Bluetooth or speaker.
That's okay. I'm driving, so I'll just hang up. But okay, I won't. I don't know what else to do. It's all right. Thank you for all your help.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
So we can address her question again since she can hear us. If you're the trustee of the trust, you can do anything you want, and it's perfectly legal. Whether you set up, move your money offshore, but you're going to have a financial team of people to help you through that process to make sure everything is above board, because you don't want to get in a pickle. So you're going to have money to hire expertise in all of these areas. And if you're not happy with them, you can say, look, I don't understand. Or if you're not meshing, say, look, it's just not working. And just say, it's been nice working with you, but I'm going on to somebody else. Be pleasant, but be firm. Okay. Chapel Hill, 919. Come on down. North Carolina.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Are we going to have an election?
It could be down to one person. Who knows? Seems like there's some things coming out there about from the chairman of the Homeland Committee. I'm sure everybody's seen it and read about it, but
when did that report come out from Fox?
I don't know. I was just looking. I think it came out this morning.
Wow, that's a big bite.
It is. The reason I'm not saying a lot is because my stance on that, and I'm not here to be controversial too much. I'm just trying to be low keyed. Okay.
I see you on that. That's cool.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Going to be a quick call today, Wingman. Rodeo Drive is the last one with their hand raised. Come on down. Rodeo Drive.
Well, let's talk politics then. That'll extend it. Sorry.
Say what? Yeah.
Hi, guys. Unfortunately, I too was diagnosed with inoperable cancer this week.
No.
And yeah. And but I have found a hospital in Mexico because they, we can't get any. They don't want to cure us here in the United States. They just want to kill us. And Jerry, whoever that person was, I know that this hospital can help them. Can I just send it to you on your Gmail and just put, Rodeo Drive and then give you the information?
No. If
you want it now,
if you'd like, you can say the city in Mexico, the name of the place, and if they're listening, just say it slowly. Repeat it twice. Okay?
Okay. It's
Go ahead.
Cyprus, and I have CHRIPIS, Cyprus Hospital. It's in Baja, Mexico. And the phone number is 619-332-3075. And they have an excellent cure for cancer. They're very, very expensive, that's why this morning I read that Dinars thing. I was really hoping it was going to flip this morning so that I could just take off and go down there. You just fly into San Diego and make arrangements, and they take you from there and give you the treatments. And it works. It has an incredible return rate.
Okay, so again, say the name of the hospital, spell it. Okay, I have CHRIPIS, Cyprus, and the phone number is 619. Wait a minute. There's an international area code that's only 2 digits. Start with that. No. This has got a San Diego phone number because they're just across the border. Because a long time ago, the U.S. Pharma skedaddled them out of the U.S. because this worked. So they went to another country. 619-332-3075. And very good. I just pray for them, and I'm going to try and do some of that, the asking for money and stuff, unless this thing comes through. And God, I hope it comes through soon. I wanted it to come through this morning. But thank you guys, and I love you, and you're doing such a great job. Bye now. Our blessings and prayers go to you, Lord. Give her guidance. Help us out. Remove the cancer from her. All right. Weatherford. Last 4 of your phone number is 2790. Come on down.
Yes, Gary. Could you just explain short message about this skeleton trust at the Wells Fargo or the other banks?
I would, but I don't know very much about it. But I will say that they're not going to want you to lose a lot of deposit, because then that takes it out of their hands. And I don't believe they're going to leave your butt hanging out in the wind. But while you're there, ask them those questions, and they will gladly explain it to you. And then when you got money in there, you can probably get you a master's trust. Since I seem to be a big pumper of the master's trust, I'm a believer in it. And then you can transfer your funds from that to the master's trust.
Okay, and that's any time within 90 days, I think y'all said on the call a long time ago. I was just checking my minutes that I made.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Newcastle, Delaware, 302.
Hi, Jerry. Hi, Jerry. It's the cornbread guy.
Howdy.
How are you? I sent you an email today asking a question with a premise that maybe POTUS was the guy that was holding up the RV, and if that was the case, when do you think he would want to push the button to assure a legacy for himself?
Well, we're hearing that he's not the holdup, and I truly believe that if he was the holdup, then he's the puppet for the puppet masters. Does that make sense?
It sure does.
Okay.
Yep.
That should answer everything for you.
It did. Thank you. Appreciate your help.
You're welcome. Phoenix, Arizona. Come on down.
Yes, Jerry and Iko and Art. Hi, how are you?
Good, good. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. I just got my heart broken from Rodeo Drive. Can I give her some information that probably isn't going to be as high dollar for right away to get rid of that cancer? It's just a phone call. It's just a phone call to talk to somebody. I hope
Hopefully
you're not going to get...
No. Hopefully she has her pen handy, and if you're trying to help her out, and like I said, discretion.
Yep.
Okay? All right.
Just call first and talk to them. They'll tell you. Because what cancer can't live with is oxygenation. Okay?
Okay, so do you have a phone number?
I don't know his phone number, or boy, I'd give it to you, but here's how you get it. Go to thebigcall.net and go down to Bob, and he's in St. Peters, Florida, with Boomer Boost, and that has the stuff in. They have cured lots of people with cancer with that Boomer Boost 1 and 2. And talk to Bob or Jerry, either one. We deal with Jerry. And I'm sorry, sweetheart, I don't have the phone number for you. That just breaks my heart. We have lost so many people for this getting dragged on. And that other lady at the beginning of your call about your husband, you take this too. And you talk to either one of them guys. Bob's one of the owners. They've got this stuff that this Boomer 1 and 2 comes out of Canada, in the northern part of Canada, and it's wheat, and it's got all kinds of stuff in it. Not wheat, barley. It's got all kinds of stuff in it to beat cancer. They have cured people with 4-stage cancer. Please call them. You don't have to go there, just call. Your discernment will tell you if this is the right stuff.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Man, we just got...
Oops, sorry. My bad. Rodeo Drive, send me an email and put your phone number in there, because I put your hand down. If you would, send me an email, put your phone number in there. There's some people that want to, matter of fact, put your phone number and your email address. There's some people that want to email you some information, and that will help out. So if you would, please. Here we go. Oh, there she is. Hold on. Before I bring you in, I might as well, I better write your phone number down there. Let me see. Where am I at? There it is right there. 900. No, I'm just kidding. That's that warped sense of humor of mine. And I will give you a call. Send me your email address to the wingitcall@gmail.com, and I'll have some people send you some information. And now that I have your phone number, I'll give it to them. Lost Wages, 702. Come on down.
How you doing, Jerry?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, thanks, man. Dominic from Vegas again. Jerry, quick question. On your website, do you have that guy who does the trust as his website and phone number on your website?
I think so. Just go to masterstrust.com.
Masterstrust.com, and then just take it from there.
Yeah, and all the information, if you click on the tabs and read all the tabs, it comes with IRS codes that you can go look at to see that everything is above board. Right. The information there is, you'll spend a couple of days reading and researching and going to the IRS code book and looking everything. It's all there.
Okay. All right. That's the only question I had. But real quick before I go, I was just looking on YouTube this morning. I don't know if you've seen that, but I guess the police department, New York Police Department, got a warrant for the Clintons and went into their house. Did you hear that?
Yeah, and I also heard they got an arrest warrant for Anthony Weiner, and the FBI won't let him carry it out.
Yeah, and for Hillary and them, that they're the pedophiles, they were going over with him and the whole 9 yards. It's like, wow.
All right. Anyway,
we're all right.
I'm trying to stay away from that. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Bye now.
Let's go down here to Rodeo Drive. Rodeo. Oh, Rodeo Drive. You're unmuted.
I just unmuted myself. I can't believe it. So that's silly. Okay.
So send me your email address, and I've already got some people that have sent me a text wanting that so they can send you some information. Okay.
Okay, and it's the wingitcall.com.
The Wingit Call. No. If you go to the wingitcall.com, there's a link there, but it's the wingitcall@gmail.com.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to get to the computer now.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. It has been such a pleasure to be with you guys.
You're welcome. Wingman, are you there? Wingman.
There we go. Yeah, I'm here. I've been thinking about Rodeo Drive's. Another place to look for a lot of. They're not even alternative cancer therapies. They're just not allowed in the U.S. Another great country for that is Germany. There are a lot of protocols over in Germany that are very effective, depending on what the form of cancer is and all that. This is the when folks get this diagnosis, this is the thing. The first depending on how fast it is, of course, but don't necessarily latch on to the first therapy you hear about. Spend a little time. Google it. Google's a great search engine for alternative therapies. See where they are. But a lot of them, the nice thing about Germany is if they are practicing, they have been thoroughly investigated and licensed by the country. Sometimes you get with these alternative therapies and they're it's a little dicey as to whether they're valid or not. You can be guaranteed if it's associated with a big hospital in Mexico, or if it's in Germany, even if it's a small clinic, you don't get away with anything in Germany. Same thing with other therapies in other countries. If they've been vetted by the government, that's something you want to check into. But there are also folks out there who perform what we would all call miracles. They're not miracles. They're just a different way of coming at something. And I've seen that work too. So,
okay. Well, I want the reason I called your name is do we want to talk to I don't know, Jersey City? You ever heard of that place?
Yeah, I had an office in Jersey City for a few years. I know it well.
Just double checking there. That might have been one of them fictitious places there.
No.
Jersey City, 201.
Jersey
Come on down.
Turnaround. Hello, is that me?
That's you.
It's you.
Hi. I wanted to speak in regards to the lady that was diagnosed. There are absolutely so many effective alternatives out there. One being is I don't want to be too specific or anything like that, but there's Kangen water. Basically, it alkalinizes the water, and you want to have your body in an alkaline state. And what that does is it kills the cancer cells, and it's proven. There are testimonies out there that is proven that it is effective in killing cancer cells because your body is in an acidic state, so you want to get in an alkaline state. So, and there's also other natural remedies. There's a guy named Dr. Sebi who has natural herbs, and it's proven that he has cured many diseases. So there's better alternatives. They don't want to tell you this because they want to monetize on people's lives. So you just do your due diligence, do your research. I'm not trying to recommend or anything like that, but please do your research. There's a guy named Dr. Sebi. You want to maybe look at his product, and also the other thing is hold
on just a second. You're not going to understand this, but I'm going to say it like this. Dude, stop sending me that stuff because it kicks me off the call. You can't iPhone stuff and send it to me. It boots me off the call when you do that. It makes my phone hang up. No, not you.
Oh.
Okay? My club dude. I understand, but we'll talk about it later. Okay, thanks. Go ahead.
I personally know someone who tried the Kangen machine. Basically, it turns the water into alkaline water, and you can adjust it to different levels of how alkaline you want it to be. But besides that, he was diagnosed with cancer, and the doctor was in disbelief because he just couldn't believe that, especially I don't remember the stage or anything like that, but he was cancer-free. All the cancer cells removed from his body because he was in an alkaline state. They don't want you to know this because it's a business. But I'm not a professional or anything like that. But that's all I know. But it's proven there's many effective alternatives. So just do your due diligence, and I hope that helps.
Okay, thank you, sir. So we've given her lots we don't want to overload her because there's so many different things out there. Let's just let her make a choice, and God will give her a little guidance in this. So San Diego, 619, come on down.
Hey, Jerry. This question is for you and or Aiko. Why do you think this is taking so long, and how much longer do you think it can drag out?
Well, let me say this. If I knew that, I'd be laying down some heavy bets in Vegas and make me extra money. Don't know. I just feel we're really close.
Think of it like producing the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl isn't just the football teams. It's not just the league. It's all the producers of commercials. It's the companies that want to buy advertising time. It's the network that's going to host it, and all those negotiations, thousands of negotiations, thousands of contracts, and thousands of personalities, all getting together to make that thing happen. But it's got to happen one step at a time. Now there is a deadline, right? So whatever Super Bowl Sunday is that year, or that day in February, and they all got to make sure that they have their stuff done by that deadline. And somebody's got to be first, somebody's got to be second, somebody's got to be third. But it's just this enormous, complex, the most complex world agreement in the history of mankind. This is the first time the planet is agreeing on something. The whole planet. Doesn't matter if you're a communist. Doesn't matter if you're, if you're a capitalist, a dictatorship. Everybody's got to agree on it. So think about the complexity there, and that's why it's been taking so long.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, as best as you can. That was
as best as anybody can.
That's a loaded question, and so
yeah. And I want to volunteer something else. Even when it actually starts, please don't expect it. One of the simplistic things that's been put out in DNR land, and I understand why, but now we're a lot more mature and we're a lot more informed than we were a few years ago. It is not going to be the push of a single button and everybody's going to show up at the exchange centers the next day. That's not what's going to happen. The exchange centers are out there. They're going to process people as fast as they can. But think about it. What's the latest estimate? 30 million currency holders hold a basket currency? It takes time, and each individual circumstance it's just that. It's individual. It's different. And one might take 20 minutes. One might take 4 or 5 weeks worth of meetings to resolve. It's don't get upset when you finally hear it's going, or you hear that the 800 numbers are out. Don't go crazy if your appointment is 30 days away from the time we get the 800 number, or whatever, or you go in and your particular circumstances require a follow-up meeting, things like that. It's not going to be messy in the outcome, but it might be a little messy in the execution. So just
remember, be flexible.
Yep.
I've always said be flexible.
That's it. That's
here
the
we go.
Mantra. Be flexible.
Memphis, Tennessee, 901. Come on down.
Hello, Jerry. Can you hear me?
All day long.
All right. I just wanted to make sure talk to you. I don't get to come in too often, but I just had the opportunity. Heard the conversation about the cancer problems. Cancer is not a disease. Cancer is a business. And it's the only drug that's legal in the United States for the doctor to get a kickback on. The other pharmaceutical products, they give them free trips and seminars and vacations, and they call it seminars, I guess is the best way to put it. But anyway, chemotherapy is the only medication or drug that is lawful to give the doctor a kickback, financial reward for prescribing it. So that's why all the people that get cancer need to have chemotherapy. Dr. Otto Warburg, and I've sent you this stuff, I believe, Jerry, on the discovered the cause and the cure of cancer in 1923. He was given a Nobel Prize in 1931. So nobody can say they don't know this. These doctors know this. They may play dumb and act like they don't know it because they don't want you to know that they're a criminal by allowing you to die to make money. And that's the end result. So chemotherapy is going to kill you usually faster than cancer does. The crying shame. But anyway, I hope that stuff that I sent you is posted, and maybe you can forward it on to the people and just read it and obtain the knowledge. It's out there. You just have to do your own due diligence. And the gentleman from Jersey was correct. Alkaline, that's what Dr. Otto Warburg said. The only way, he said, no disease can be present in the human body as long as you're alkaline, including cancer. So, and I tell people this, and they keep on, and I send out stuff. I get email after email after email responses wanting to know about this disease, this disease, this disease. I said, look, I'm a doctor. I don't treat disease. I treat wellness. And you have to understand that what's complicated about the phrase that Dr. Otto Warburg stated, no disease can be present in the human body if you have an alkaline environment, including cancer, because everybody thinks cancer is this weird disease that you're just struck down by God because he don't like you today or something. That's not the way it works. You look in the mirror, you can see the cause of you having cancer. It's because, I should say 90% of the time, the cause of you having cancer is you because you don't eat right. You eat an acidic diet. You don't exercise. You don't get out and do the things you should do to stay healthy. And nobody wants to hear that. That's very unpopular. But I've been known for and some people can't take it. But I try to, you know.
Hey, you're cutting out there. You're going through a bad spot. So thank you, sir.
All right, Jerry.
Oak Harbor, 360. Come on down.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Hey, there's an excellent book out there called "Killing Cancer, Not People" by Robert G. Wright. I mean, that's the book that everybody should read, so that when they know somebody gets cancer, they can have the information for them. So, but really a good book. "Killing Cancer, Not People" by Robert G. Wright. And the guy's also right about the alkaline water, because I use it every day. All right.
Lots of good stuff out there. Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. Thank you guys for what you do.
So this brings up a good thing. So Soil Dude, his product brings the ground back to a natural, neutral pH, I believe is what he's talked about. And a lot of people, I think, that when Soil Dude had his call, I had like 100 people on the call and 125 people on the web. If you go back and listen to it's in one of the archives, it'll just say Soil Call. Their product is a natural, organic product. So I'm going somewhere with this, but I'm not going to say it outright. So you just need to listen carefully, because I asked this question, I believe, on the call. So if his product is a natural organic product that you can spray on the ground, and it helps take away and convert all of the stuff that's been sprayed on us and we put in the ground, even from herbicides, it'll help neutralize that and bring the ground back to a neutral pH. I said, well, if you got a stock tank and it helps, this product helps for keeping algae down and helps neutralize fish poop. I said, does it hurt the fish? And the answer is no. You can pour this stuff in the stock tank, and as long as you aerate the water, it will help move it around. Because in a stagnant pond or a stock tank, the biggest thing that creates algae is sunlight and no circulation. And so you've seen these golf courses, they've got the big fountain up there. All they're doing is circulating the water, and then it looks pretty. Help keep the water oxygenated. Well, this product helps do that, along with neutralize the ammonia, the little bit that I have learned, and I could be off. I'm not a chemist, so I'm just shooting from the hip here, but I think it helps lower the ammonia, which helps lower the pH or raise it. I'm one or the other. Anyway, it helps neutralize it and bring it back. So if this product doesn't hurt fish, think about it. Fish are very susceptible to changes they don't like, and they will go belly up. I'll say this again. Fish are very susceptible, and if it's safe for fishes, and it's safe for the ground, and it's safe for the product that you want to grow in the ground, makes you go, That's all I'm going to say about that. Think outside the box. North Bend, 425. Come on down.
Hi, Jerry. I find it extremely gratifying that people care so much for this lady. It just blesses my heart, and I know I can tell just from the calls coming in how many people it's touched. I think the first person that volunteered information for Boomer Boost, I have the number and the name of the person that she absolutely should talk to, which is Bob Gilpatrick. And
yeah, the guy said he needed to talk to Bob. So there you go. There's the Bob.
So
and
Bob,
he said if you go to the bigcall.net, the number's also there.
I have the number right here.
Okay, well, if you'll say the number slowly twice, and I'm sure the lady has her pencil handy.
727-443-2500. I'll repeat, 727-443-2500. All right. Thank you very much. That's all I wanted to say. And just bless this lady. Pray for her.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Absolutely. I have the right to say this any way I want to. I've earned the privilege. I live in Texas. So, Wacko, come on down. 254. Waco, Texas.
Hello, my Blue Moon buddy. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I just wanted to tell you guys, I don't have a question. I just want to tell y'all, y'all are doing a fantastic job. You and Iko, just giving the information that y'all do. I'm very blessed, and my heart goes out to the lady with cancer. This December I lost my dad 6 years ago, and to cancer. My heart goes out to you. And Jerry, I'm ready to have this blue moon with you one day. So give me a call one day, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Bye. And I want to say I am very proud and fortunate to have Wingman at my side, because between the two of us, he lifts this call up by himself much more than what I could do by myself. He's a great, and I'm not even going to say a sidekick. He is a structural, integral part of this call. So, and I've thanked him for that many times. So here we go. Orlando got out of line there. Orlando, come on down.
How you doing this afternoon, Jared?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Hey, let her know, my heart went out to her and everybody that's got it. Like I said, there's all kinds of information out there. You just got to do your research. What turned me on to What Cures Cancer is called A World Without Cancer by G. Edward Griffin on YouTube. It's a 45-minute video, and it breaks down exactly what cancer is. There's no difference between the types of cancer. It comes from one thing, lack of estrogen. That's where it comes from. It's nothing more than a protoplast as an embryo. Once you realize that, because once you realize that, it's like a woman, when she's pregnant, why does her morning sickness stop at 8 weeks? Because the baby's pancreas is fully developed inside the womb, because her body's trying to fight the embryo off as well. So once you understand that, and like I said, G. Edward Griffin breaks it down. It's called A World Without Cancer by G. Edward Griffin. It's on YouTube. If they haven't pulled it down yet, it's probably been on there 2 or 3 years. But it explains cancer and what Laetrile really does. And you can get it in apricot seeds. So that's what I was going to say. But no, like you said, we've got so many people out there dying over waiting on this thing to happen. But it's Lord's will. I used to blame, used to get upset and things like that. But there's a time and a season for everything in His due time. Once we realize that as well. But another thing too is, the earth can take care of herself. A doctor told me this one time. He went out pulled me out. I was feeling depressed, and he said, I'm going to take you outside. He put up a big old clod of dirt. He said, there's more nutrients in this dirt than you realize. He said, this dirt could cure anything that you would want to cure. And that's all he could say about it. So if it comes from the ground and it's 100% natural, you're onto something. When you said if it's good for the fishes, it's probably good for your body. So that's all I wanted to say about that. And It's going to happen. We just got to hang tight.
Hold on. Could you repeat that again?
Repeat what, sir?
About the fishes.
If it's good for, it's like you said, if it comes from the earth and it's maintained by the fish, because it's like the scriptures say, you can feed a man a fish or teach him how to fish, he can live a lifetime. That's what this call's all about. It's because we're not here to spread rumors or lies. We're here to tell the truth. No matter what anybody else says. Like I said, I met you on a phone call way back when. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but you and I have talked for about 45 minutes together, and we're all on the same page. That's why I like this call. I listened to a few other calls, but this call is the true call out there, the only true call out there. I don't care what BS is put on the internet, whatever slander they want to throw your way. I'll go to court for you. You know, there's nothing being pushed here. It's strictly knowledge, because knowledge is power, and that's what scares the heck out of everybody is power. Once we know something, that's it. Like Hillary Clinton, all this other stuff going on, we know now. It's out there. It can't be taken back.
Exactly.
And that's why they're running scared.
Okay.
You know, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And once you realize cancer is nothing more than just an imbalance in the body, guess what? You don't have to freak out and go to doctors and let them do what they want to. There's cures out there. Start with G. Edward Griffin, A World Without Cancer. Awesome video. Once you realize Reno, a lady from Rodeo Drive, I'm telling you, once you realize what it is, you can beat it. Don't let it get you down. You can beat it. Just remember this. A handful of dirt has got more nutrient than a pill from a hospital. Just remember that. And that's all I've got to say. And this is going to happen. Don't know when. Lord, I could use it tomorrow. I could use it in 5 seconds. But
all righty.
But like I said, Jerry, love you, buddy. And like I said, I'm on your side. So this call is the true call. Really is. We're just waiting on one thing and one thing only. We all know what it is. So God bless you all, and keep the call going on, Jerry. Thank you, sir.
All right. So if it won't hurt the fish, makes you go, something to think about. Saratoga.
Hey,
come
Jerry.
on down. Yes.
Hey, I had talked to you about the soy dude, and it was difficult to get a hold of him before. And so I wanted to call and let you know they returned my call and apologized and shipped that product out to me and told me just pay for it after I receive it. And so I've already treated, and I got 64 fruit and nut trees, and I just wanted to let you know they are some of the nicest people you ever want to meet.
Well, I've talked with them, and they're getting really busy, and it's been my privilege and my pleasure to list them on my website so that they can get this product farther out there.
Right, and I want everybody to know that, hey, they are great folk.
Thank you, sir. And
appreciate.
All right.
And
bye-bye.
then.
Oh, Memphis, come on down. Sorry about that.
All righty. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I apologize about a while ago. There's one bad spot between town and the woods I live in, and we happen to hit it, and it depends on the weather, whether it cuts you off or you can hang on till you get to the top of the hill. But anyway, speaking of the soil conditioner, I sent them requested some information and wanted to buy a gallon of that stuff, and I never heard anything back from them. But I sent them a request.
It's not that they're ignoring you. Mm-hmm. That's my job. Try it again. Send them an email. The lady up there actually works out in the shop, getting her hands dirty. So.
Okay, I wanted to bring it up since that came up. I think it's, from what I read on it, it's an excellent product, and it's something everybody needs to try at least once. But let's go back to the cancer situation. There's a website that's got a world of information I give out to my patients, and it's called greenopedia.com. You can get very low, medium, high acidity foods, and very low, medium, high alkaline foods. And you need to try to eat the alkaline foods. Stay away from your high acid foods. If you're going to eat acid foods, try to eat low acid foods. Dr. Joanna Budwig, if you write that name down, she uses flaxseed, grinds them up, and cottage cheese, and cures cancer every day. There's all kinds of treatments out there for cancer that's natural.
Wait a minute. Can you say that website again slowly?
Greenopedia, GREENOPEDIA.
Greenopedia.com. Greenopedia.com. Okay. All right. So it's getting close to the top of the hour.
Yeah.
Let me get a few more people.
Hey, one thing, Jerry, one thing. Let me say this. If she would study Dr. Joanna Budwig, Dr. Otto Warburg, keep her body alkaline. Look, there's a lot of products out there that are great. Don't get me wrong, but some of those are very expensive. The cheapest thing on the grocery store shelf will cure cancer is called baking soda. You can get a box of baking soda, put a quarter teaspoon in a bottle of water and drink it. There's a little formula I'll use that I sent you, was where you take an apple, a lemon, a raw beet, and a raw carrot, put it all, wash it good, put it in a blender and grind it up, peeling seed and all, and you eat that with a spoon every day. I know people that's had stage 4 cancer that killed the cancer by simply doing that every day in a blender. A raw beet, a raw carrot, an apple, and a lemon.
Can you email that to me, and I'll try to get it posted on my website?
Jerry, it's in that stuff I emailed you. It's got all them.
I know, but that's been so how long ago?
Hey, listen, no problem. Before midnight, you'll have it. Let's put it that way. I'll send the whole thing to you. Very good information, and if you would please post it to help these people. There's no sense in them. Listen, pharmaceutical companies did not manufacture cures. The only thing pharmaceutical companies manufacture is patients. Thank you. Y'all have a good weekend. Love y'all. Bye.
Thanks. Cleveland, Tennessee, 423. Cleveland. You may not be in Cleveland, but
Hello.
That's what it says. There you go.
Oh, you got me now. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I was wanting to say another. It might not sound like much, but another is your mind thought about these, like the cancer. If you think you have cancer and you think you're going to die, you just might die. If you think you want to live, know you want to live, you think you're going to make it through it, that can be a big help to your survival.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of mind work there, but it's amazing. You'll have less stress. Just know that you're going to live, and you're going to kick that thing. Don't even put it completely out of your mind, the word cancer. Just get out there and kick it out of your body. So
thank you, sir.
Don't get into the stress of the thing.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Well, it's been another great call. Wingman, do you have any words of wisdom before we call it a day?
Well, the only thing I'm thinking with to talk about cancer, this is another area where we can be very effective. There are so many independent labs out there working on cures, working on specific diseases, and they all need funding. And AMA has got a stranglehold along with Big Pharma on a lot of these small companies. They just weigh them down with application fees and paperwork, etc. And all they need is help getting out of the country so they can do their research. And then they can bring it back in, like through Mexico, like through Germany, like through Belize. This is another area that we can be very effective immediately with our fund.
And so, Wait a minute. So what's the last word for the day?
You're the last word for all time. Goodbye.
Thank you, everybody. It is my privilege once again to have you on my call. So for the day, goodbye.
The conference is now completed. Goodbye.